Hi everyone, Brenda with ScrapyLand.com here today doing a simple technique called tea bag folding. For this technique, you will need the Revolution Quick Cut tool, the Quick Cut cookie cutter squares, and I'm using this particular set today. This is a great set. There's 14 dies in this set, and they range from very small to about 3.5 inches big. Might even be a little bit bigger, that biggest one. I'm also using my score pal and the bone folder that comes with my score pal. You can use whatever you have on hand. I'm using some liquid adhesive. This is a fast drying liquid adhesive that I like. Something for the center of your rosette when you get it done. A brad, a pearl, a gem, a small die cut can be put in the center of that. Just about anything. You're going to cut 8 squares, and I use the 2-inch square for this particular medallion. You can use whatever size that you like. Keep in mind, the bigger the square that you're using, the bigger the medallion, the finished medallion. The smaller the square, the smaller the medallion. But also, with the smaller square, it's much harder to work with. Make your folds precise and crisp, and keep patterns such as strips, stripes, or plaids go in the same direction. When you cut them with the Revolution tool, make sure that they're straight when you do that, and make them all the same. It makes a difference. This particular fold, or the fold that we're doing, makes this medallion, or rosette as they're also called. If I turn it sideways, they're 3D, which is very cool, but they also will lay down very flat when you put them on the front of a card or whatever to mail. So, but they pop right back up, and they're just a really cool little accent for the front of a card or for a layout. So let's get started with the folding. With this particular one, now I'm using a larger square for demonstration purposes, and I'm also going to write on the back of it, just like I've done in my past videos, so that you guys can actually see the folds that I'm making. Fold your square directly in half. And open it, and then fold it in half the opposite direction. Okay, so our first 2 folds were half and half. Our next 2 folds are corner to corner. So there is the first one. And there's the second one. So now we have the first 2 folds going side to side and then corner to corner. So there's the 3rd fold and the 4th fold. Now, this next part, you're going to pull the sides in, bring the top down, and it makes a triangle. So you have it folded like all your folds are made, side to side, corner to corner, okay? And then when it's laying in front of you, you're going to pull the sides in, 2 of the sides, and now you have a triangle. Now, since I'm working upside down, I'm going to leave it like it is, but it's much easier if you pull it with the straight edge towards you. But for you guys, I'm going to do it backwards. So now you have these flaps. You're going to fold one over, and then you're going to take that flap from the bottom, from the flat side, and fold it up to the point. and then you're going to flip it back down. You're going to do the same thing with this point. And then flip it back down. That is completely 100% of the folds there, but now I'm going to get a little bit of glue. And I'm going to put a little glue on the inside. See there? I'm going to mash that down. Try not to get it all over. And then each one of these, this is my last fold, I'm going to put just a touch of glue there, and then a touch of glue there. And the reason for that is when these are in place, you don't want them to come unfolded. You don't have to put this glue on there. It makes it a little easier to work with, and it makes your medallion look a little bit more finished, if you ask me. But that's a personal preference. If you like it where it is fluffier and doesn't lay down quite as much, then you don't have to glue it. But I glued that. Okay, so you're going to do 8 of these. And that's basically it right there, guys. So I'm going to set that aside. Now here's the 8 that I've pre-folded. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly put these together. Points go in, flat side goes out. Put a little glue there. And I'm going to take this and lay it up against it. You do not glue the flaps, only underneath the flap where you're putting your next and you want them pretty tight together. Pull this up. See how I'm doing that? Turn it this way so you guys can see a little bit better. I'm putting a little, pulling the little flap up, putting a little glue. Putting the next one in, point side to the center. And I'm keeping here pretty tight on each one. You want them about the same distance. The trickiest one to get in is that very last one, and it's really not even bad. This is going under this one and on top of that one. Just like so. And then you're going to reach under here and put just a touch of glue there. And there you have it. And then when you get that all done, put a brad or something through the center hole there. And then that's done. Put a little glue on the back of that. And place it on a card. I happen to prefab a card here. And there you go, guys. This technique is very, very easy. It is called teabag folding. I'm Brenda with ScrapyLand.com. I hope you'll come and see me again. Thanks, everyone. Bye now.